Dobra. Dneska to nebude nič extra stream. Ale aspoň dačo. I hear this discussion taken me while drink which Methane, are you feeling well? Not me, Hermes, it's you. I want to go to meeting. Go to the meeting, I will stay with you. What told the impulse? May I leave Meteon in your care again? Polanis. I'm in your debt. I will, if you will excuse me, I need vlastne riešiť to v príšeru tam. Can you help me with something? The meeting will make Hermes out. I want to cheer him up with the flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creation in LPs. Most creation are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They are designed to suit our emotions, what we feel, and what to convey. Hermes like that. I can't make flowers, so I will search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here at the 12 wonders. Vibrant purple flower bigger than your hand down the tree. Oh, so big, so bright, I love him. Yeah, but they might be too bright. You have to think of a recipient. That's what the Hermes said. Petals want to rise before you crane your neck and look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have converted them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we want the water farm. Northeast? Yeah, northwest, pardon. Okay. And there are both beautiful flowers grown in the bed, the mix of colors forming a pattern. This would be better for humans, but they're hot getting. That means we shouldn't touch them. They are either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine. Let's keep looking. Ja toto poznám. Set on tail things talk and delicious flower is mesmerizing in its undulation. Say the neon, a flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, he shot a seed at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good at spotting flowers. We will find something soon. Yeah, you spy nothing promising nearby. At best, you recommend looking crosses with a few tiny flowers. Nothing around here. Over there, yeah, something big, huge. Aha, potom chceš dát? No, let the rose pass. A terrible stranger is reminiscence of sudden old roots pervaded the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is a marble-like creature before you. It's an Adonis. The rings around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are orbs on its head. Even as you expected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think? Would you like it? Oh, Měsíce na sever. Jak se dalo čekat, že to byly schované zrovna za tím, že? Lush green fields stretch out before ending where the sky begins. Oh, there's nothing. Super, tak to dělalo mi. Tak znovu. There's nothing. The shiny thing over there, what could it be? Nádherná rastlina. Oh, hello, peace flowers, you're here too? Hermits like and dislike them at the same time. Like me, they're intelligent and they are intelligent like me. They feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermits, thought. For others, they're always white and bright. Surely the flower was dark in your home. Then do you have it too, a dark emotion? I see. Premises know the same. The feeling that part of you is gone again and again, but that no one notices. Please, you want to lend it to me, your pain and sorrow. I want you to make the floor dark in front of Armis. He has been in dark places since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone. That's others are said to. That was. Surely you will do it. Thank you, thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. Spala oči, nevyspatý. Proste komočná to je. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they finish. Okay.
Hermes!
Oh, you were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
Tak tam je nič nehovorí tá tvár. Lol.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said, when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Nor to miss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Alpes, or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort. Lest you misunderstand, I derive no pleasure from your pain. It's just the fact that you are still here in spite of your suffering gives me heart. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters. Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteon. Let us head back.
All right!
Nelúbilo sa mi to. Aj hudba prestala. And all the brief interlude perhaps, but this time I enter to my next task. As the message and high billows are aware be reached over the regarding the fate of Lycaonos, so one were created for observation, and all seven must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocol, and as a chief overseer, he can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycao ones would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves serve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend the petition on the Bureau of Architects to concept preserved is the restricted purpose hazardous life form. Ida also has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet, whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycaoans who served their purpose. The process already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him for to it. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this duty. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course, let us be off then. We return to the main island. Vystupuje na sever, dobrá, ide sa na oný, tak ja idem ten modrý. Hippo. My that's were familiar since you have like that of familiar if you're familiar with the concept. Awesome. Oh, just my little joke. Was it I'm a hippo? Miau. Well, to je lietajúca mačka. Yes, we're getting to that. You say hello to our familiar friend here. She's Ailoros. And Ailoros are one of our newest creations, highly attuned to abnormalities in their environment. At the first sign of a danger, they will sound an alarm, by which means meow loudly. But we do our best to observe all of our creations. LPC is simply too large to maintain a constant vigil over each and every temperamental species. A more efficient means of detection conflict between creatures was in order. Thus have I taken this Elrose under my wing to further develop her capabilities in this area, and she does enjoy our little world. This morning we were testing her abilities to pinpoint sites of conflict. Would you like to observe? Simply tell her that her task is begun, and she will do her utmost to locate disruptive creatures. Please do subdue any unruly subjects once you have found them. We, we can't wait. We can't have a beast running amok. Yeah. Follow that and try not to fall behind. Okay. To sa mi ľúbi, že vieš, že proste musíš chodiť za nimi, alebo oni za tebou. To proste nebolo. Northeast, že on bude tuto hore. Sa ide tu. No. The ILRs alert you to two nearby creatures that are facing one another down and looks at your expectantly. Mrp. A, to bolo všetko? O. She seems quite content, but in the name of science, what were the results? As I expected, well done, little one. Magnificent creature, the both of you. It's shame we cannot give you a pair of tiny wings and bell too. It's against protocol, I'm afraid. The Ioloroi are enhanced with the bird. With their sight bird, so they are able to acclimate properly. I'm certain you have your own unique potential to rise however. In fact, why not join us for another pass of testing? Agnie powinny, tak? Nie problem, ale oczywiście nie. Ale dúfam, že tu na táto časť questline bude taký peacefulový a nie niečo, že sa fakt niečo posere. Teraz I heard what happened, yeah. They catch me off guard. I had them bound up with literal shackles. But they came frenzied even more so than usual and broke free. I was able to stop 4, the other 3 escaped. I see them to have taken the air above the 12 wonders. And the last stop is up ahead looking in the fields. You and you handle that one, the bear in sky, you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to my soldier unaided through this. Meteon, you are to stay here with us. But Hermes, the liquor ones must be reverted. I would spare you the pain and mine. This is my burden and not your, but if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead. To bolo z labyrintu stanovu. Tak triednu kreatúru ste tu vytvorili, what the fuck? I appreciate your help and the elements that it is necessary. There it is, our query. Within a striking distance it presents, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here is my plan. You will approach slowly in a full view and draw the Lake's attention. Now I warn you, its ability or as fairy as its temperament, once it spots you, it will unleash orb of flame. But fear not, by my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and then that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. Oh, that's 56.
Now. Oh. Forgive me.
Yes,
Please. Forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure. To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Fandaniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
Ja hledám odpovědi.
I expect We have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
There are those like ones who've been taken care of. The incident is resolved and the life in LPs continues as normal, or ends as the case may be. Reality, rationally speaking, that's an only problem. I understand Hermes' argument, no matter how well deserved the rest. The rest there is a pang of sadness when the college leaves. Yet never has the pressure caused me such grief as Hermes appeared to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? Personally, if there is anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused its position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleges. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, will you continue along with us? Wonderful, our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of LPs and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back toward the Anag Norisis. Hello, tam nie kliknę. Dobra, ja som chcel tento modrý zobrať. Nejaké ale na party spravené očividne. Tak sa to bude nejaké extra moc dlhé. Sokles. Welcome friend to Anagonorisis. I'm Sokles and I manage this region under the authority of Chief Hermes, the head overseer of Alpis. And you are, how you unusual, soul-bearing familiar. A familiar must have a mission and yet you offer no message and carry no cargo. Are you perhaps here for the purpose of observation? Yes, that must be it. In which case you need only mention my name to Hermione, and she will gladly give you a tour of our domain. Talk it all in. Yes, yes, what can I do for you? Yeah, is it and the overseer Seklas wish me to act as your guide? Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I would be more than happy to show you around. I'm simply wondering why the overseer chose to send you to me of all people. I haven't been here long myself, should be told. Until quite recently, I was wholly engaged in a prolonged research project at the Academia needed. Surely there are other more experienced individuals who could provide a more comprehensive. Um, this grumbling is hard constructive now. It is it not? Is it? The task was given to me, and I will attempt to cover the most salient features of our facilities to the best of my abilities. After all, it is not every day that one is asked to indulge the curiosity of such rare and fascinating creatures. We can commence the tour this very moment if you like. Ну тогда let us begin. Rather than have me lecture as we walk along, I think observing firsthand what we do here in Anagnosis would prove more beneficial. I will point you in the right direction, and you can question my colleagues their heart's content. Once we have completed the circuit, we can run and speak to observer surplus. Čiže má kompletně. Okay. To sa ma napríklad zaujíma teda. Yeah, and who is your friend? As I'm familiar, we appear as suited to liberating your thinking. I should very much like to make an extended study of your composition and conscientiousness. Okay, do forgive my forwardness. It is my duty to chart the behavior of familiars, and I find it ever diverting. Arcane servants are rarely permitted to roam the world at will, you see, but our research here is given special dispensation. Hence, the subjects are properly registered at this concept, of course. There are times when farmers tasked with attending cattle or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I am responsible for observing and evaluating their potential compatibilities. Yeah, but of course, if Azuma might grant us permission, then you could abide here for a few years while I analyze. And on that note, we really must be moving along step lively. Jako proste zrušilo. Ale keď chceš, tak ťa môžem analyzovať tiež. Vieš čo? Máme niečo iné robiť, ne? Musíme ísť. Who do we have here? A family of some kind, judging by your interior structure. Yes, I'm accompanying you here on a tour around the Anagnorisis at the behest of the overseer. But feel free to wander as you please, of course, but I advise keeping your distance from the large creatures. The family I have under observation occupy the top tier of food chain, and do not take kindly to intruders in their territory, especially the specimen found on the other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. Well, I'm sure you're quite capable of defending yourself, and one appreciate a surprise tusk through the abdomen. Huh? Thank you for warning. With the caution. Tak a tretí někde tuto hra. Blasty. Hello, Charmel. Was there something? But I get this from my other of the grounds, and I thought that the best way to do that I will show her what we do here firsthand. I see. Well, as my work is rather difficult to demonstrate, I hope a brief explanation will suffice. Our creations are many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watch certain grasses grow, one must be prepared to observe over the course of several years. And in the case of trees, sometimes this decades, tedious perhaps yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering an entire habit, and their presence as a food source has an enormous influence on the local viral life. What's the sort of thing you wish to know? Yes, that was perfect, thank you. I think we have covered the main areas of interest. All that's left now is to speak with our surplus. So close. Move to. Ah, I see how complete your tour. Almost I spoke with us in charge of the various phases of anagnosis, but I thought it would be fitting to end this visit where it begins, with your sales class. I see, and what is your impression of the work we done here? I'm glad we could help uh, further your worldly education. And I'm glad to see you enjoy the experience. At least I hope you did. You're truly a masterpiece of creation. Only a soul-bearing familiar could demonstrate such a robust cognitive and cognitive faculties. Very perhaps designed to inspire others. I feel something special has been woven into your aura. You have intriguing presence, to say the least. Please stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I must second this invitation. I second this invitation. In all the long years I have rested here, have never have I encountered such an quantity, and one of others, no less. Даже такое короче. Dobry. A nie. Ale dam mi gir. Ja, part 2. Aha. Mamy ako sa na to chyba mi 2, 4, 5 a 2 kwestie. Jeden bude main. Čiže keď si dám teba 400 norkoves. A to sú to. From here we follow the path northwards to the Notoneus. There we will find one of the nails which facilitate the travel between the islands of Rotis. First, time travels must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need to use the device to get around, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Dobrý? No, takže to ideme to na toto máme. Som bol predtým. Here are the Notoneus. This news will take us to Kilimolion Zepiros, the western island. That is right. That's the duty. That is it right there, looming large over us. Step this way, and we can soon admire the view from above.
I present to you Calamelios Zephyros.
Calamelios.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by... Well, well. An Arraius. How delightful.
Jaki mali ciorkar.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact, and then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst, concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Idling, 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 idling.
That was too close. Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Vanar, that we should meet you here.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Jak proste do nie ripla.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are? I say, have you perchance come from the future?
Lol.
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether. I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
Bohužel.
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting! I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Tiež by som mohol.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
Keby vieš, za akých okolností to je. Až o koľko rokov? 1000 ročia neskôr. My apologies, but before we move along, colleagues task me with a matter which I rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal and the quick-fingered Oreyas, which are made of with as you say, I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by the business with the shark, but they like us to follow its trail. That would of course lead us only to the other eyes. There is no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed our crystal, you see. Yes, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you're hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and score the first floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. Many thanks. There is a small bright landing gate of Poiton Oikos. Let us meet up there once we have exhausted our efforts. Bennett. Takže to nebol zalúbený, ale už neviem kto. Ten spomínam. Melanie. Když je mají, to bude toto někde. A, to si. Northwest. King of the Hill. Ještě se to musíme tak objíst. Endwalker. Это последний остров. Он же такой долгий. Northeast. Jo, to bude ten, čo ma tuto hneď posielalo, keď sme vyšli hore. Ja počkaj, oni sú tu dolu. Oh. Last year, the universe is no longer at the crystal, nor was I able to find it. As I followed it back. Jeden si pozrel furt ani better. Ale. Samozrejme. The crystal, well, wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging to my mind. Have you always had like a knack for finding things? Oh, you too. Some of us seem distant to always be searching for ourselves and for the others. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azim, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, I need for such a journey has listened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I'm still eager to come running, should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to peace, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinions thought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate the missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? Past not yet come to pass. Thank you again for your time, really help. Now then, this time I return the stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to do. Ubytowanie accommodation. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overwhelmed. To by bylo fajn, kdyby to teda nikdo nepočul. Co budeme rozprávat. Vestlana Martis, no každopádně. A nie, tak nevím, ako sa tam dostane, asi tady to. Na sever 80, by tu to, tady pri tom majaku. Keby tak ho musím obísť. A ty sa voláš Minotaur. Altis Minotaur. Jo, je tam. Už iba 2 mi chýbajú. Tristan a Southeast. Aha, tak to nebol on dokonca, to bol nejaký úplne iný. Nevadí. Pegasus. Toto je tvoje bývanie, pekné. Stále ale netreba zabúdať, že keď som ja bol malý. Welcome to my temporary adobe. Please make yourself at home while I put on something. No toto bude konverzácia.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Bude to smutné.
Why don't you start from the beginning? Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
Neviem, čo to je slovo. Absolutne nezmyselné.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus?
Thus, mysli akože ich.
In the future, whence she came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which she must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any, but we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable? Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Emmett Selk! Wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Totality 2, ano.
Ah yes, the energy distinct from ether. Though not my field, I have a basic understanding of Dynamis. And you say Hermes researched the phenomenon in the course of creating Meteon? Yes, I believe this warrants further investigation. With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. And suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest. Have faith. If Emmett Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Shall we begin our investigations then? I'm acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor reserved by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on that he tried and true method of conversion with locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteor, and I have a good idea of where we might begin. Já jsem se vlastně nějakil, no ještě, že? See you, the woman standing in front of a younger building. Her name is Ismail. She is the one who made the argument for me stay in Elpis, and from that what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. I will help with drawing our answers if need be, but I will hold the choice of topic up to you. Questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other passing duties at the moment. Ja możemy to skipnąć. Begin asking questions. Everything is man. This man, my friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you might know the local. Senator, Mistress Venata, anything to be of service? What do you wish to know? Jeho záujmy. Just and he is an authority of flying cloud forms and has expensive knowledge of living creatures in general. Is that what you wish to know? Ani nie. How would you describe him as a person, as a college? He is a quiet man, reserved, you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of course. His recent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as a chief officer. I hope that answers your question, whether there are anything else. Tak dlouho. I cannot rightly say as a chief personal creation, Medium has not been subjected to observation and study like other concepts. So one day she was simply there, and what do you make of her abilities? I understand that she is highly unusual, familiar, able to read emotions and communicate exactly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies, I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I have not had occasion to discuss with the chief on this. I beg your pardon, I know Chief myself for many years. I thought I cannot say we are close. He has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties. If that is what you mean. Forgive us, we seem to have we read slightly, of course, here. Is there perhaps someone else who could tell us more about the medium? That would be the team as he has similar expertise with the flying concepts and is more than eager to discuss the subject. You will find him conducting his observation on the bank of the stream somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take the practical join rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your question concise. We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your practice and your insight. Thinking of nothing of it. If there is orc else you need a drink or stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Camille, I think we have taken enough to each meantime. Is of the fun start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I suppose that we slip up. I shall continue making inquiries with resident observers if you could track down the colleges in some dimension. Also, I felt compelled to take the reins of that previous conversation. Your fearless style of interrogation will eventually lead you to the answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you have finished speaking with these Timayos. Timayos. Yes, I'm Timayos, but please I can propose down you will start to the bridge. Cannot be skipped. So, what is it you wish to speak about? Follow Excelsior, you're well settled in, and we can discuss the final points of this fascinating craft. My deep and upbeating love of avian artistry can be tracked down by back to when I was but a young boy, stricken by the transcendent beauty of glorious gold and feathered creatures Federer had designed. It was then and there that I vowed to one day surpass that masterpiece. Teraz pokażę akrobatylą. And thus did I secured an observatory role here in Opis, and at least realize my childhood ambition. Here the dream I once dreamed are everyday reality in which I find fomented through research and the creation of new flying life forms. And aggregate recounting of events as was doubtless to your disappointment. Is there any specific party you would like me to expound you upon? You were hoping for my opinion of the chief creation, then why did you say so? Those beings which soar towards the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flow of newly imagined concepts continue unabated. What set of the chief's creation apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceal of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance from above all else are ranked by his genius. Opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Meteor as a concept, I have never delved too deeply into the inner working of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotion, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. Each farmer should choose to submit Meteor concept to the realm of the architect. Ura. Then will the designer be registered for public scrutiny, analyzing college's creation before the step is forward upon to say the least. Of course, if you came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. Dynamic and intelligence. Those terms sounds very familiar. Was there another flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the others? It must have been centuries since he last heard anyone speaking of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest? Then why bring up the subject? I'm flattering that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford the necklace. I do this for the sake of idle chatter. Now I really must return to my observation. Surely you have your own task to attend to, so. Okej, ten mi moc nie povedal. Že nechápe prostě v podstatě, proč to, chápeš, jak by to tajil, ju. Good timing, I think is not long ago. So, have you any new findings to share? I see one expert in felt little of meeting capabilities, let alone an awareness of dynamics. My question resulted in much the same answers. Hermes College's view Meteor as his personal project and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of the NFC's is Sharps. Yes, we have made some progress, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. Jeho, prostě je zapíkat jeho. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of dynamis and intelligence which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of those terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, may inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the chief overseer and his family. And on that subject, was there else of note you can tell me about Medium, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? Further wish you had mentioned that early in an event would go to elaborate. So the siblings of her now travel the great expanse in search of deep meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you have touched upon the vital clue. One we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I promise we take ourselves the Peripetia Carita line, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. It's a good try. No, tylko z czym własne chyba. Padło kwestie. Zresztą się do sobie wypowiadam potem po powodzie. This tower and the one for Alanka are both part of Peripeteia crystalline, the facility where the archives all the LP's observations and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the danger is actually a vast area of a magically interconnected space, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here. I shall cut my architectural lesson short and see what closer to archives have to share. If you could find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there on honor. Takže to sú archívy. You have a question for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Indeed, if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records. Now, what was it you wish to speak with me about? The chief overseer prison research project, and by that I assume you mean the Medium. Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing researcher trial by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly what Medium appeared. When Medium appeared. Only that she now spends much of her time at the chief's hermit's side. Also, I recall an interesting tale Major Galen shared with me. The Galen is my partner, a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught a sight of Chief Hermes sending me to Heaven's Ward, a host of them. For several days, she wouldn't speak of that scene with one describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she ever witnessed. Yeah, that sounds like a story I should like to hear. Mistress Minot, I thought I had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. I do not mention it, as you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes research. Would you favor me with the retelling of this side such to delighted your Galen? Of course, or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, she should be observing the subject at Metabill's side. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salt waters of the world's oceans are created in such sublime detail. I imagine you must find a similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Lena. Even though such a person must continually and grateful delay your return to the star. Indeed, they do. This rest well deserved and long overdue. I should think how greatly we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as and would help us be without your academic work. The theories you developed served as the basis of many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but embodied that nature with us much enduring passion as you. I dare say there is not a soul alive more worthy of return. I shall rejoin the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Galin in person? Then allow me to configure the door to the archives here. It will take you up the skyway and spare you The need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. It would be most helpful, thank you. Good luck to you. I opened the path to the skyway. Once you pass the door, simply walk straight across the next tower and ask for admitted the operator. Upon arriving at the operator, walk straight across the skyway, and there you will find yourself at the entrance of Metastasis. Galen will be able to share hotel with you, I'm sure. Hello. It's just why not, just passing through. Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or throughout the upper sky. Yeah. Even not, I was not told to expect we would have prepared an official welcome. But if they please, there is no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Gallian, if that may be arranged. Yes, Gallian, of course, I will inform her immediately. But you may be engaged in testing pass. You could be in. You could be in for something off away. Could I let you know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she is ready to receive us.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place? I swear I could hear the glimmer in your eyes and the adoration in your voice. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account. Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart.
Dava-me trabalho.
Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true, and a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating. How keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people, beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Určitě.
Pray forgive my lateness. My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone, like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Metea, rather. There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Mother?
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Это безумно, простер нечем, а залубом. 700 pieces of the puzzle falls into place. From what we have learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests either someone will appreciate his discoveries and make use of them, or Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Musimy związać. No, nie wiem, co to. Секунда. Ага, окей. Finished. Okej, takže ona ho podozrieva, že on môže byť za tým začiatkom Final Days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the most likely possibilities. Proceeding under the assumption our next step should be the divine lie, or even if he might deserve such a terrible fate for ourselves. I should like to visit the site which Hermes, from which Hermes sent for the Meteor. If we are fortunate, we might find some hint of what drives his research office. Galen said she spotted them in the southeast, rising from the isle. She could see from the edge. If we stand at the same vantage point, it should not prove too difficult to locate the isle in question. Let's take a look, shall we? Ja dám planetu modrú. Nie. Southeast. Tak vejdem na Southeast. Si ja potrebujem zase takto. Euro 310, vážne. Lol. V podstate aj mňa možno stále brať ako správu to. To je vode asi, nie? Aha, to sú. Tam ten horný Island? Alebo niektorý z nich? Now if I work on conducting some mystery research, where would I go? What about that one? You means to fly? It is quite a distance away. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. Time to Argos. Tempest, yeah. My friend, would you mind create a double to carry you over here over to that island? Stubborn creature, there is no place on this great star. We have not together traveled and still he remains opinionate in the presence of strangers. Argos has already exceeding standards, I'm afraid. What? You ridden one before? Ridden him before? Ah, your before meaning my after. Not at all confusing that. Interesting, this is certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of the here and now, the quick solution is for us to face off in the sparring match. And demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos that you are worth his back. And besides, I might even teach you a thing or two into Bergen. Isn't doubtful, but unless I was not able by a moment to remember a memory of a distant past to cherish. Yeah, would you say you travel out of time? I had a feeling you might say something like that. Know that you must give a good chilling color. No? Nie, no dobra, idziemy. No, no dobra, ahoj.
Co to cieszy, jak ci mama ci jeszcze nie było?
Tak. No, ale że jeszcze nie szła do Kauflandu. Idę za pół godzinką albo godzinką. Ah. Już dneska. No, jeszcze sekunda. Clearing all over yonder. Okay. Príde neskôr, zatím čus.